We are going to have some fun today. This episode is a healing experiential where I walk you through to dialogue with a part of yourself where I speak with this part of you, and you can respond from your end wherever you are in the world. Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Embody podcast, a show about remembering and embodying your true nature, inner wisdom, embodied healing, and self-love. My name is Candice Wu, and I'm a holistic healing facilitator, intuitive coach, and artist sharing my personal journey of vulnerability, offering meditations and guided healing support, and having co-creative conversations with healers and wellness practitioners from all over the world. So today's healing experiential is voice dialogue. It's going to be an exercise where I invite you to step into one single part of yourself. And I will ask questions through this guided experience and support you in discovering, understanding, and seeing a part of yourself and the dimension of this one part of you. It's different from the healing experiential that we did the other day, where you dialogue yourself with a part of yourself. This is where I dialogue with a part of you. You can find the full podcast on parts work at candicewu.com/parts. And also the first healing experiential is there too. So we're going to jump in, and I recommend doing this in a space that's private so you can just fully let go and tune into this. This is not necessarily a great thing to do while you're in transit, and definitely not while you're driving, because you'll need to have a little movement and focus. So here we go. Find a space where you're comfortable and just let yourself be natural. Let yourself close your eyes if you like, or look down and just shake out your body. Move your body, shake your arms, shake your legs, breathe deeply, release out your mouth. Just shake off the day so far. Release anything that's weighing on you at the moment. And as you settle into your body, feel your belly. Be aware of your hips. Notice your legs, your knees, and your feet. And bring your hands to your heart or palms together just to connect with yourself. Notice how you're feeling at the moment, how your body is. And as you go deeper with yourself, connect in with a part of yourself that you'd like to explore, understand, step into. Just like the first experiential in this series, it can be a part of you that you'd like to cultivate and find empowerment in, bring into your life. Could be an ideal parent. It could be your best friend, because there are parts of your best friend you really admire. It could be the part of you that's the warrior or the goddess in you. Could be the leader in you, the empowered part of yourself, higher self, captain. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to have a name. Or it could be a part of yourself that you struggle with and you'd like to understand or find healing with. Maybe that's a younger self. Maybe that's your teenage self, or the part of you that gets angry with your partner, or the part of you that feels stubborn, anxious, the part of you that has negative thoughts about yourself or criticism, or that reacts when you're in the car and flips someone off. Whatever part that is, just tune into the part of you you'd like to explore. And And see if you're willing to explore this part and that part is also willing to come forward. And you might know if that's a yes because you feel called to it. It might feel uncomfortable or you might get nervous, but you feel like you want to. If it's a no, it might feel like your body's shutting down. You're just not wanting this. Or there's a lot of restriction in you, tightness that says, I don't think this is the right thing for me right now. Just trust yourself. You need to pause here and check in with yourself. Go ahead. And at any time, if you feel overwhelmed or you need to take a break, be sure to step back into your full self and say your name to yourself even. Feel your body and look at your surroundings and take a break. You can feel free to pause the podcast. You can jump back in later if you want, or try again later, or maybe it's not the right time for you. Follow your own boundaries and what your body needs through this experience. So if you're ready to tune into this part of you and step into it, I invite you now to open your eyes if they are closed and move to a different space in the room or wherever you're at and embody, become as if you could just become this one part of you. Become this part of you. Let this part of you show up however it wants to show up. Perhaps it's lying down, standing up in a certain way. Maybe it's seated in a certain position, moving in the corner, under a blanket, however it wants to show up. And take a moment to feel into your body here and what it's like to be in just this part of you. And even look upon your whole self from this place where you are now. Picture your whole self where you were standing or seated before. And notice what it's like to look at your whole self from here as this one part of you. Notice if you feel any warmth or coldness towards yourself, if there's a connection or not. Notice how your body is. And I'm going to talk to you as if you're just this one part of your whole self. And you can feel free to respond in your head or out loud, especially if in the privacy of your own space, you can just say the words out loud and let them be heard by yourself. And you might even talk about your whole self in third person so that you can really feel the separation, the distinction of you, yourself in this place, this one part of you, separate from your whole self, from the aware ego in you, the aware self. So I will begin to dialogue with you now. How are you doing from this place? How do you feel? Are there any messages you have for your whole self right now? Anything you want your whole self to know? Why do you think your whole self wanted to connect with you today? What gifts do you bring to yourself and your whole self? What is it that you fear? What are the times that you show up the most in your whole self's life? What is your purpose in your whole self's life? What are you here for? Is there anything you need or any way that your whole self can support you? And what do you wish for yourself? What do you truly want for your whole self? And is there anything else you want to tell me or tell your whole self? Thank you for showing up and thank you for sharing. And if there's anything you want to tell your whole self, I want you to do that and picture yourself telling your whole self and them hearing you. Or if there's anything you want another part of you to tell you or support you in, feel free to picture that now. And before we transition, take another moment to feel into your body and notice your emotions. Notice what's happening inside, where you're drawn to be, or how you're drawn to move. And if there are any words or any story that's coming from your body, your emotions, your heart, feel free to share that. And take an inner snapshot of what you feel, what it's like to be in your body right here. Take a couple of deep breaths. Shake it off if you want to, and allow yourself to come back to the place where you started as your whole self. And now I'm talking to you, your whole self, not just the one part of you that we talked with earlier. And as you arrive back at your whole self, state your name to yourself. Say, I am, and say your name. To take a moment and just touch every part of your body from head to toe, whether that's with light touch or firm touch. Just allow your body, your nervous system to land back here. Simply be felt. Notice your surroundings. Notice your feet. And look towards the part of you that we spoke with and that you spoke from. Imagine that part of you there now. Imagine the position that your body was in there. Notice all of what this part of you shared. All its desires, fears, needs, its purpose. How they feel towards you and how you feel towards them. And notice what it's like to look upon this part of you now. Notice what feels different in your body and what may feel the same. Is there any different space in your chest or different sensation in your body, an emotion you're feeling now, an awareness or clarity you have? Are there things you're still curious about or wondering? Are there things unresolved? New things discovered? If there's anything left hanging open, you can feel free to go back to this experience and repeat it, or go to the first healing experiential on dialoguing with this part of you, or you can just simply look upon this part of you, picture them, and ask them right now if there's something that you want to know more about. Anything that's left hanging if you need to say it. And if this part of you wanted you to say something to them, maybe encourage them or share love, your love for them, or forgive them, do that now and just see what it's like to be on the other side. And when you're ready, just let go of it all. Feel your breath again. And just simply feel the aliveness of your body, the presence of yourself here in this space that you're at. Look around you and get in touch with the things that look pleasurable around you. Thank yourself for being here, and thank the part of you that we spoke with for showing up. You just dialogued from a part of yourself, from a part of your inner self that you either wanted to learn more about or empower yourself with or find healing in. And just recognize this is very deep work. So be gentle and curious and compassionate about whatever's showing up now and what continues to unfold for you. If you're wanting any support, I would encourage you to reach out to me. I'd be happy to give you referrals or to work with you personally. And I recommend that if this is interesting to you at all, to work with someone that understands parts, because it can just open up so much internally and in your life. Having someone else see from the outside what's going on and ask just the right questions or shine a light in a certain space in you can be such a sacred and empowering experience, as well as healing. Thanks for tuning in today and being willing to experience this. Again, you can listen to the full podcast at CandiceWu.com/parts. And that's where you'll also find the first healing experiential, which I recommend for you too. And I look forward to hearing from you if you have any reactions, thoughts, curiosities, etc. And I'll leave you with just a little music today to soothe your spirit and give you a chance to just unwind after doing such a deep exercise. Wishing that you feel love for yourself as you go through the day and always.